Hey, welcome back to Crooked Nature. Good morning and welcome back to my channel, Crooked Nature. My name is Allie. I'm having a phenomenal day. It is pouring rain here. It was raining so much that yesterday they canceled school due to flooding. So I'm going to try and bring you this pretty little video here about Scindapsus varieties. I've got the Silvery Ann, the Exotica, the Moonlight, and the Argyraeus. Okay, and I know I paused a little bit at the end there, but that's actually to give me time for editing so that I can put the names on the video for you and you can see them, and it's a little bit easier to do that way. So I'm going to start with the Silvery Ann over here and how you can tell the difference between it and the Argyraeus here. Okay, and it's not too difficult, but if there aren't enough leaves on the plant, you're not going to be able to tell until it grows out a little bit more. And I say that because they are just so similar. So similar. Now let me see if I can move these right into focus for you guys so that I can compare them a little bit better. Perfect. Okay. The Silvery Ann over here has basically the same variegation as this, okay? But it occurs in a slightly different formation and is less consistent than the Argyraeus. The Argyraeus has consistent variegation splashed over every leaf. You're really not going to find much that are missing unless you give it a lot less light. And that is pretty rare. So like I've got one down here that's kind of a little less splashy. The difference is that you're going to get leaves that have literally almost no splash, okay? And then you're going to get leaves that are almost completely covered in splash, okay? And that is the biggest difference. The Silvery Ann is going to give you different leaves, and it's going to give you consistently different leaves, all right? So you're going to get some that have a lot more variegation and some that have a lot less variegation, but it's always going to be like that, all right? It's always going to be like that. They are always going to be a little bit more and less at the same time. Like this one here has very, very little, and the one next to it has quite a bit, but it's also almost a little bit different in the way that it splashes. It makes me think of the Scindapsus Silver Splash on some of its leaves. Not all of them though, but it's the way that it's almost a slightly different painted on effect than what the Argyraeus has. The Argyraeus really looks like, I can't explain it. I wish I could explain it, but these look more like brush strokes than these. And that's the difference to me is I can really tell in the leaf formation, if there is enough leaf formations, if they have the proper lack and then increase in their blister variegation, which that's what this is. This is called blister variegation. That is when the upper and lower layer of the leaf separate and air gets in between them. And what we're seeing is that shiny silvery spot is actually light reflecting off of that air pocket, which is really cool and interesting and off topic because I'm not actually talking about that, but that's okay. So these guys aren't too hard to tell the difference between. They are worth your time. The leaves on the Silvery Ann do seem to be quite a bit smaller than the Argyraeus, but I think that might be dependent on its complete situation, whether its light's getting enough, whether it has good soil, water, all of that. And I think this one needs to be repotted. I think it's about time, actually, because it wasn't in great shape when I got it. It was very spindly and very weak, and I was worried about it. And it has actually given me what I consider to be a decent sized leaf, which is this one here. And hopefully they will continue to get larger for me. And I'm going to try and see if I can't put it in a hanging basket and attach it to its arms here so that it'll actually grow up it and see how it does in shingles, because these guys will shingle for you and they will be beautiful, and they will shingle, they will attach themselves to a pole or whatever surface that you're trying to get them to attach to, and then their leaves will just lay flat around it. It is really cool, and I'm kind of excited to get to see it in person if I can manage to get my plants to do that. All right, next plant we're going to talk about is the Argyraeus, and I talked about the Silvery Ann and the Argyraeus, but I'm just going to say that really is the biggest difference, is that there is going to be consistent splashing on all of your leaves regardless of like time and consistency. It's really is. It's just going to be always like that. Always like that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Look at that. That one's actually got a little extra, but that's beautiful. All right. So occasionally you're going to get leaves like that where one looks a little bit more than the other, but that's super, super, super rare. Super rare for me to get any that even have a little bit of extra splashing down in the bottom like that. That's pretty rare leaf right there for me on my Argyraeus. And it's just consistent. This is a consistent same type of splash on almost every single leaf, okay? You're not going to get a lot of leaves that have a lot less. You're not going to get a lot of leaves that have a lot more. You can see I actually have 2 Trubii Moonlight leaves in here propagating, just in case mine does not make it. I have found that specifically that Moonlight is highly, highly prone to mealybugs, and no matter what I've been able to, no matter what I've done, they are not going anywhere. They are just coming back every chance they get. So I went ahead and propagated 2 leaves, and they are much slower growing than the Argyraeus, but they are growing, and I don't feel bad about that, even though it is propagation protected, because I am literally just trying to make sure that I have the plant that I paid for. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not even really planning on giving it away. It looks like I squished a leaf there. Oh, that's terrible. I don't plan on giving it away. I think I'm just happy with it. You can really see the difference between it and the other varieties that I have going on here. What's crazy about its mealybug outbreak is that no other plant that I've put near it has gotten it. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But so far, I've been very lucky. And I have managed... Right there, had a mealybug. I've managed to keep it from infecting other plants. But it does stay in a quarantine area away from almost everything else because I'm like, ugh, you're so pest prone. I don't like you. Why don't you just go back and be by yourself, basically. So this has got some super, super thick leaves on them. They are drought tolerant. Seriously, guys, you can let this dry out and it's going to be okay. It actually probably is in need. No. Nope. Does not need water. Does not need water, which is great. Like I said, it's a little bit drought tolerant. It does have super, super thick leaves. When you do underwater it, the leaves are going to curl and you're going to notice it. And you're going to be like, oh no, but it'll bounce back. It bounces back very well because it has such a thick, strong leaf and stem structure. And it holds its moisture. It really does. And it's awesome. So this is another one of those shingling plants. And you can kind of see that just in the fact that it's like, no, I want to cover the whole pot. And that is pretty cool. We're not really going to talk about this much. It's a very, very popular plant. You're going to find this in box stores. You're going to find it in lots and lots of trendy people's homes. And it's a good plant. The only issue I have with it is its tiny problem with mealybugs. And I'm hoping that I can take care of that with this next round of systemic pesticides. So hopefully we can manage to work that out. Sorry about that. Had to take a quick break before I talked about this Scindapsus Exotica. This big, gosh, look at the giant leaves. This big, beautiful, beautiful plant here. Who doesn't love that? Oh, it's ripply. Texture. Ah, texture. Love texture. It has texture. The Scindapsus Argyraeus over here and the Silvery Ann over there and the Trubii Moonlight over there, they really don't have much texture. There's a little bit of texture to the Ann and the Argyraeus, but the Moonlight is just a thick, supple leaf. That's all it really is. This guy, though, has ridges, and you can feel it like an embossed envelope, and it's really cool. And I love it. This is my favorite plant right now. Can't lie, it's my favorite plant. It's my favorite plant. And that might be for right now, but it's something else. And I do like silver. I'm not going to deny it. I love silver things. And so this is an extremely appealing plant to me. It's slightly slower growing, but that's just to start. It seems to be taking off very well for me, which is a lot like the Argyraeus. All of them. Everyone that I bought was slow to start, but once they got happy and in a spot where they were really happy, They grow like crazy. They really are just absolutely prolific growers. They are not nearly as fast as, say, a pothos, a jade pothos or a golden pothos, but they're not far off from it. My Argyraeus has hit the floor numerous times since I bought it. From hanging from the ceiling, its tendrils will hit the floor, and it doesn't take that long. And I give it a haircut, cut it all the way back up, let it fill out and grow out more, and let it hit the floor again. And that's what I do. I think it's fantastic, and I want this to do that. I want these big beautiful leaves to do that. You big beautiful baby. Yes, yes. I want all of that. I think that's just, oh gosh, this one's had some damage, but that's okay. That is okay. I want to see you to your fullest potential, and I can't wait. I do think I'm going to have to put this one in a hanging pot where, again, I attach some garden wire and little tendrils of mossy things to its supports here, so that it can grow up the hanging pole and down. It's because it's not technically a pole. It is a hanging basket that's going to have attachments to it. So it'll be able to grow up those attachments, like I said, towards the hook, or it'll be able to grow down. It literally is going to have a choice. And I think that's awesome too. All right, I'm going to stop it right here. I want to say this is a long video this morning, even though it's a bit rambly. These are some of my favorite plants. I really hope you get to enjoy them. You get to see them. You get to know them. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you get a chance to hit the like and subscribe button, that's fantastic. And I really, really want to hear what your favorite plants are in the comments. You guys have a great day.